Let's take a look at Hoynes' projected lineup for the opening day season here. Explain some of your thinking here. I think you and I are the same, the first 1 through 6.
Yeah, I kind of like, I know a lot of people have said, why don't you move Lindor down in the order, 3rd or maybe 5th, even cleanup. I still like him at the top of the order. I like the way he starts the game off. He hits a lot of leadoff home runs, and I agree with what Francona said that if guys on the bottom of the lineup get on base, you've got a guy that can hit the ball out of the park coming up, at the top of the lineup. So I went switch. Francisco is Lindor's a switch hitter. Mercado's a right. Carlos switch. Reyes is right. Ramirez is switch. Then I got jordan-luplow and
lefty-righty.
Yeah, lefty-righty, so they can platoon. Then you got a right-hander in Perez, a switch hitter in Hernandez, and DeShields as a right-handed hitter. So it's a balanced lineup, and that really. The Indians used to have such a heavy left-handed dominated lineup. This is a much more balanced.
Mine's just a little bit different because I'm going by Paul Hoynes' report that they're going to have a new outfielder, and I'm sticking him in the opening day lineup and see what happens in the outfield. Again, the first 6 seem to be the same: Lindor and Mercado, Santana, Reyes, Ramirez, and here you go, Domingo-Santana. I can't be fined if they don't actually get that trade to go through, can I?
No.
I got Luplow and Bauers as lefty-righty theory, Hernandez batting 8th, and then Roberto-Perez. Perez had a sensational year last year.
He really did. He had a great year. Defensively, he won every award but the Platinum Glove Award, and it went to Chapman, I think, the Oakland's third baseman. And if you look at the defensive WAR, Perez was rated far ahead of Chapman, so it was an interesting decision. But he won the Gold Glove, the Fielding Bible, all the Rawlings. The Rawlings Award. So he did a great job.
I didn't ask you. Maybe we'll save it for next week, or we can do it now and next week. What do you think win-wise? They had 93 last year. Give me a range?
Yeah, I think it's 88 to 90. I think they're right in there.
Not good enough to get the wild card?
It might be. I don't know if they're good enough to catch the Twins. But they had a winning record against the Twins last year. They had a losing record against the White Sox. Yeah. So, I think they're like you said before. I think it's a 3-team race, and I think probably 92 to 93 wins the division.
All right, explain this. You talked to Antonetti. You talked to Dolan. It may or may not be the last year here hopefully the full season with Lindor. Why wouldn't you take the approach of, all right, you got Lindor one more year, let's, instead of trying guys out at certain positions, why not load up on one other guy to help him in the lineup? Yeah,
that's a good question. I think this is the Indians' way of rebuilding. They don't take it down to the floorboards.
Right.
They cut payroll. They kind of pull in their horns for a little bit, cut payroll, still try to be competitive, and then save their revenue sharing money. I don't think they're going to, if you're still winning 90 games, you're not going to get a high pick. It's not like they're going to cash in on the draft picks. But I think maybe you save some money, and a year or 2 from now, after you've made the decision with Lindor, you go for it again.
Or how about at the trading deadline? Even if you don't make a trade, you could still spend some money on somebody.
Yeah, I think they've done that. I think if this team is in contention, I think they'll do that at the deadline because, like you said, they've done it the last 3 or 4 years.